6 singularities, 1 universe, total control over reality. The Infinity Stones are the most powerful artifacts in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But do you actually know how each one works, where they came from, and what happens when they are combined? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be breaking down every single Infinity Stone in chronological detail. Let's dive in. The Space Stone, aka the Tesseract. The color, blue. The original container, the Tesseract. Core power, absolute mastery over space, distance, and dimensions. The Space Stone allows its user to instantly teleport anywhere in the universe. It can open wormholes, warp the distance between objects, and move massive fleets across galaxies in the blink of an eye. But it's not just a transit ticket. It can also manipulate physical space, allowing the user to make objects intangible, create force fields, or compress matter. Hydra used this leaking energy to build advanced weaponry in World War II, proving that even a fraction of its raw power is devastating. The Mind Stone, color, yellow. Original container, Loki's scepter. Core power, complete control over conscious, intellect, and psionic energy. The Mind Stone is unique because it possesses a form of sentient artificial intelligence. When housed in Loki's scepter, it allowed him to brainwash anyone with just a touch. Later, Tony Stark and Bruce Banner used its internal neural network to create Ultron. When placed into Vision's forehead, it granted him life, high-level intelligence, density manipulation, and the ability to shoot powerful energy blasts. It can also unlock latent superhuman abilities, which is exactly how Wanda Maximoff and her brother Pietro got their powers during the experiments. The Reality Stone, color, red. Original container, the Aether. Core power, bending the laws of physics and matter to the user's will. Unlike the other stones, the Reality Stone is often found as a liquid substance called the Aether. It absorbs the life force of its host's body to sustain itself. But when it's solidified into a stone, its power is terrifying. It allows the user to completely rewrite physical reality. Thanos used it to turn Star-Lord's blaster fire into bubbles, transform Drax into stone, and create a massive convincing illusion of a peaceful nowhere. But there is a catch. Unless it's amplified by the other stones, these reality works are usually temporary, reverting back once the user leaves the area. The Power Stone, color, purple. Original container, the Orb. Core power, unbounded raw kinetic and destructive energy. The Power Stone is the muscle of the group. It manipulates all forms of energy and can duplicate any physical superhuman ability. At its peak, it can release an energy wave capable of wiping out an entire planet's surface. However, it is incredibly volatile. Organic beings cannot touch it without being consumed and destroyed by its energy, which is why the Guardians of the Galaxy had to share the burden of holding it together. It also acts as a battery for the other stones, supercharging their capabilities when used in tandem. The Time Stone, color, green. Original container, the Eye of Agamotto. Core power, manipulation of the temporal flow on a local or universal scale. Created by the first Sorcerer Supreme, Agamotto, this stone allows the user to control time itself. You can rewind, fast forward, pause, or loop time entirely. Doctor Strange famously used a time loop to trap the dark entity Dormammu in an endless cycle until he surrendered. It can also be used to view alternate futures. Strange looked through over 14 million timelines to find the one single scenario where the Avengers defeat Thanos. Crucially, It bypasses the standard rules of causality, allowing the user to restore broken objects or dead people without altering the rest of the world. The Soul Stone. Color: orange. Original container: none. Guarded by the red skull on Vermeer. Core power: control over life, death, and the spiritual essence of all living things. The Soul Stone is the most mysterious and dangerous of them all. It possesses a certain level of wisdom and demands a terrible price: a soul for soul. To claim it, you must sacrifice what you love most. Once acquired, it gives the user dominion over all life. It can steal, alter, or manipulate souls, and allows the user to communicate with the dead in a pocket dimension known as the Soul World. During the Battle of Wakanda, Thanos used it to instantly identify the real Doctor Strange out of a dozen of magical clones, because clones don't have souls. The ultimate weapon, the Infinity Gauntlet. Individually, each stone makes you a godlike entity, but when all 6 are placed into a containment vessel like the Infinity Gauntlet, they create a cosmic circuit. The Power Stone fuels the circuit. The Space Stone sends the effect everywhere. The Reality Stone changes the universe. The Mind Stone directs the thought. The Time Stone makes it happen simultaneously, and the Soul Stone targets every living being. That is how a single snap of the fingers can wipe out half of all life or bring them all back. I want to know, which Infinity Stone would you want to possess? Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Alright guys, out.